Coucou, dans cette leçon, nous verrons le comparatif et le superlatif des adverbes et des noms. Earlier this year, we looked at the comparative and superlative with adjectives. Adverbs work in a similar fashion. We can make comparative sentences in one of three ways. We're allowed to talk about two people or things being equal, one of them being superior to the other, or one of them being inferior to the other. When you have these constructions in your sentence, they're very easy. If you are saying that someone or something does something equally to another object or person, we're going to use OC plus the adverb plus que. For superiority, it's just plus then adverb then que. And for inferiority, it's moins plus adverb plus que. So here are some example sentences. Our adverb is poliment. So we're talking about how the sister responds, her ability to respond. She is equally polite as her brother. So the adverb poliment is in reference to how she responds. And we see that we have OC before the adverb and then the word que. And the word que does not necessarily need to come immediately after the adverb, as we can see in this sentence. It wouldn't make sense. Then we see some other examples where we're talking about superiority and inferiority. And one notable exception is that the adverb bien, so well, is going to become mieux. And this makes sense because even in English, we can't say that somebody or something does something more well. We have to say that they do it better. So in the example sentence, she gets along better with her parents than her brother. For the superlative, there's only two choices because the superlative, you're saying that someone or something does something either the best or the worst. If you're using the superlative, you're specifically saying that there is nobody equal on that level to you. And same when we learn the superlative for adjectives, you need the definite article. In this case, we're going to keep it as le, and you either say le plus and your adverb or le moins and your adverb. And then instead of using que, we use de. So here's an example. This translates as, it's Uncle Albert who drives the least prudently of all my uncles. That de is meaning of the entire group that you're comparing. And in this last example, we can see that we can even end the sentence with our superlative adverb construction. Now we're going to take a look at comparatives with nouns. So instead of saying that someone has more or less of a different quality, like we did with adjectives, or someone does an action, better or worse or equal, we're going to compare like having more or less of a certain noun. For the equal construction, instead of using OC, we now have autant. And we need to put the word de after the word autant before the noun. Superiority and inferiority, we're still having the same general idea, plus or moins, but we always need to include a de before the noun. So here are some examples. He has as many cousins as I do. Okay, and often when we're comparing nouns, we're using the verb to have. It's not always the case, but it is very common. And with the superlative of nouns, again, there are only two forms. You either have the most of something or the least of something. And here's an example. My stepmom has the most confidence. And there you have it. We've looked at comparative and superlative structures for adverbs and for nouns. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in class. A bientôt.